Welcome to Yulman Stadium in New Orleans, home to the Tulane Green Wave, and as this city likes to say, let the good times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. A top 25 showdown coming up, two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the San Jose State Spartans, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Just trucks through it. He's got a lot of confidence to bring that ball out of the end zone, but it didn't work out this time, out of bounds at the 16. Offense getting set for first down. He's going to pass. He's got it. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They want to run this quarterback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
With the catch, it's McClure.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Takes it from the gun on third down. He makes the connection. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Takes the handoff. It's McClure. Pulled down after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Give to the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. Off he goes. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Virginia Tech delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Logan Thomas, Tyrod Taylor, and the great Michael Vick used to do. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Gonna run it. It's McClure. They bring him down, and he's gonna lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Grab near the marker. It's Preston. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Just feeds the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, San Jose State 7, Tulane 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on 1st down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. What a nice job getting rid of the football, not only avoiding the sack, but getting the nice gain.
And taking a shot, getting hit as he throws it, showing some toughness, but going through his progression, he couldn't find anybody open, finally went to his running back, got him the football, and he did the rest.
Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
The counterplay is a great play to mix in with your base concepts. Obviously, everybody flies to the football, bang. Now you pull a guy, you go backside, give him a little counter, keep the defense off balance.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. This quarterback part of their running game. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Quick strike complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Brown wants to pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50 burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They stop him right on the edge of the red zone, a pickup of 5 to the 20.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
This has been the unending drive. It has gone on forever. It has chewed clock, but now it faces 3rd and long. Makes the grab on the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Tulane, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more.
At the 20.
But they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this can get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize the squad going into halftime.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
This time on target. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Looking to move it through the air. soft spot in the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Green Wave! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And you're like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it out. It's Stanley. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Brown will throw it. Lofts one high and deep. And that pass intercepted. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming with it.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on first down. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. And back to the air on second down. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Spartans will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here off their first drive in the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Quickly out to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
On the move, it's McClure. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Here's the handoff. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Wide out in motion. He's going to pass on second down. A shot toward the end zone. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Brown wants to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Looking to scramble. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Feeling some going deep. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there, and the defense makes the big play.
To the ground with the back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to him on the ground. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Snap from the gun on third down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
It's good. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the third. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. UCLA dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows? Sports will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Brings up second and goal.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Green Wave. And that one will put them up here in the second half. What a grab and what a quick strike from that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
San Jose State, 10.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Wide receiver shows motion. Brown will throw it right down the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Didn't get quite as much as they had hoped out of that one, and the offense will be in business. I think they're going to mark it around the 40-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. On the move at the 30. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run.
And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Makes the catch. It's Preston. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Quarterback checking the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Loss of 9 on the play. Number 49 on the field goal. That's the end of the third quarter with the score.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
They're going to throw it again. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Is incomplete. It's second down.
Second and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Now facing a third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Wants to throw on second down. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, the offense is sending a very clear message. They didn't hit that play, but they've shown they've got the quarterback with the arm talent, and they've got the wide receivers with the speed. They are going to try and take shots and take the top off this defense. So if you're the secondary on defense, you know right now you're going to be in your back pedal, and you're going to be turning and running a lot throughout the course of this game.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He leaves it with his back. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. So the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, third and long coming up. He's got his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll take it himself. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone, on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
The Spartans are rolling down the field. Going up top on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a 1st down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Open space at the 25. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Steps away. Looking for the score. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, San Jose State.
San Jose State. Number 3 in the end zone.
And now they're going to go for 2 and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes the grab. The 2-point try is good, and they take the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
They're bringing heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Trying to escape and get it himself. Tripped up for the tackle. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Working on the right. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.